And go.
Go! Okay.
Okay, where were we? We just got done with the chateau.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to the studio again?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah. Because,
Here lies the home of someone who's probably dead.
Yeah. Falcon, it's the trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to courthouse already.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was just...
No, we're going to be late. Sparrowson's uptight today.
Yeah, well... Oh.
Oh, Palais de Justice.
Yeah.
Did you want to try anywhere else?
We gotta go to the courthouse today.
To the courthouse.
Yeah. 'Cause it's trial day.
The Palace of Justice houses the High Court, a place reserved only for the most serious of crimes. Murder? Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance.
Whoa.
Cool. Are you nervous, Falcon?
No. We've got this case in the bag. Look at my feathers. See? Totally unruffled.
Wow. Well, at least one of us is feeling confident.
Thanks. I'm gonna smack you. Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. Or how confident he was feeling about the case.
He was.
Whoops.
The enunciation of that sentence makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Moving along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon.
We will.
She was talking to me.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
We're not ready.
I'll never tell.
Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here?
J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Rabington present. The readiest prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Gosh, where are my notes? Ha! I knew it.
Knew what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his own two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably. You might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored second lowest marks in the class, then who scored lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present?
All present and accounted for, Your Honor. I don't know who's talking.
I don't know either.
I'm just like...
Hey, Falcon. I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those two birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges.
Everything seems to be in order. So let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Mio. Prosecution. Please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh. Are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
As you will, Your Honor. I I swear to speak without hatred and fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
He's a chicken.
I don't know why I made him a pirate, but I have to do that.
It's probably the eye patch.
I mean, it is the eye patch and the hat, but, like, there's no other reason but that.
What is going on with his arms?
I don't know.
Monsieur. No, Inspector. Please state your, name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Juste Valerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Oh no. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with the lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival.
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Rorgile. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Catherine Dumau. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with the blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor.
Bloodied paws? Nobody told me that.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this.
You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Use the left stick to select a key phrase that you find suspicious. Then press the A button to have Falcon press the witness for the information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Is the door locked? Okay. Avoid pressing the pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted.
True.
Select a statement to question. Standing over the sliced open corpse of Monsieur Greenway with blood on her paws.
So immediately for me, there are several things about this, like an overarching thing that doesn't make sense is, how did the housemaid find the body, but when the police got there, Dame Cataline was standing over him?
Right. Because Rorgile told us that his housemaid found her.
Yeah.
Or found Grinwy.
Yeah. And it's like, I would just expect that Dame Cataline wouldn't have just stood there waiting for the police.
Right.
Let's see.
Scene of the crime is probably fine.
I guess question him about the bloody paws thing.
Bloody paws?
Because that's something that we weren't told.
Right.
That hasn't come up until this.
He was definitely sliced open, so that's good.
Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws? Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
Whose blood was it? How much blood was there?
Whose blood was it? Because, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Whose blood was it? Because she said they had to eat their steak bloody rare without
true.
silverware.
True. Good call.
Ah, what a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure?
I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Greenwee. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Greenwee?
I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than one suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder.
This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? This here bloody steak.
On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true, Monsieur Rappington? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu.
Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on her paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Steak's the victim, too.
Well...
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It is a possibility.
No. Intriguing.
Pretty convincing. So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater?
Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten.
I was like, which part was it you got stuck on again?
Bourgeois. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners?
Yes. I already explained this outside of character. That is a good question, or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet, something that forced Cataline to eat with her paws.
And this here silverware.
Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the house had been previously stolen.
This is stolen. I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgile residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rorgile approached us about this very subject last night.
Innocent, perhaps?
What a twist.
Yes. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report?
Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force.
Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case.
Fine. So be it, monsieur. Until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Your next witness.
Sorry, it's hard to talk with this long-ass beak. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robitio Rubinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Ah, that's why he wasn't home.
Monsieur Robitio Rubinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture the very essence. Je suis l'artiste, tu es un pipe. You may have seen my works in hip magazines, Le Branche, or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. I bet you can.
Heck. What on earth is a tweet?
Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already.
Falcons don't do that.
They scream. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinio. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. It was hired by Baron Rorgeil to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorgeil and left. Like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word. This is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle we see Baron Rorgeil, the lion who hosted the event. On the left we see Seigneur Pertois de Mao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhat, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. I don't think she had a choice.
I don't think she can leave that room.
Ooh.
Because that's where she was whenever we found her.
You noticed something else?
The clock has hands?
Yup. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Guenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree?
Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point.
Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects we see a wall clock, with the time set at 7:30. Now why is that the time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerity told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us that she was present when the photograph took place, but I don't see her in Robinio's photograph.
That's true, but I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It has too little weight. If I want to prove that Monsieur Robinio's photo is not a valid piece of evidence, I will have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine this witness.
Very well. The defense may proceed.
Defense.
Defense. It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
Not anymore.
Cross-examination. Select a statement to question. Let's see. Set up the camera and capture the beauty.
The time. Well, maybe. Because the clock doesn't have hands. How do we broach that subject in this?
That's true. But how did he bill? Well, because if the photograph wasn't ready, shouldn't he have waited to bill him? Time. Wait, what do we got in there?
The
Camera.
clock doesn't have hands. And so how would he have been able to photograph the clock with hands?
Right.
Because, Rorgeil's housemaid said that that clock has never had hands in the entire time that she's worked there.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Monsieur Rubinio, you say you arrived at 7 o'clock.
Give or take a couple of minutes, yes.
I like how you're going very hard into doing your thing. How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know you arrived at 7?
Well, the clock at my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to the Chateau Crunier was around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Do you have another question about Rubinio's time of arrival?
Yes. How long did it take to set up? How long did it take to set up your camera?
It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film.
So you arrived at 7 and the photograph took place at 7:30 and you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for.
The Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Rubinio did something, nefarious in this small window of time. Ooh.
How do we be like this clock has no
The clock has no hands! Well, I imagine that's gonna be the next thing we show.
I'm not? Question mark? Because I'm not really.
I mean, we're not yet.
Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events.
I spent a little time talking with Baron Rorgile when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Do you have another question?
Were there any more questions?
No.
Oh, no. I have no more questions about your time of arrival.
Select statement.
The camera? I guess just go directly for the photograph.
Photograph?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because that'll be where the clock comes in, probably.
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Why is it black and white? What is those bugs inside not painting color?
It's like, I don't know, maybe this whole world is black and white.
I see a mistake in this photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not?
That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies.
That's most curious, because I see a mistake.
A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur. The camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific.
Certainly.
Highlight the area. There's no mistake here. This motherfucker's cute. Gonna boop that snoot.
Make no mistake.
This.
The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it.
Well, isn't that convenient? The defenses see something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client.
That's how defense works.
Yep.
Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Revington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in this picture.
Ding.
The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6.
That much is self-evident.
Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crunier has no hands.
It has no hands?
The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking point. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgile or his housemaid if you have doubt. Monsieur Rubinio, how do you explain the discrepancy?
I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless.
There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in reality.
Maybe there was an error in the printing process.
An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation.
Scoop.
You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photo.
Aw, yeah. Edited?
I am no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon this clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photo just to simplify the editing process.
Uh-oh. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing?
Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all of the photo's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here! Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Murdered?
Murder?
Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho.
Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it. You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Greenwee. What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock.
You were ordered by whom?
I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws. Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Pretty convincing.
Intriguing. A hippo.
So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent, close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photo is not completely genuine, it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the, night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, we must accept the possibility that other parts are too. It is possible Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it's possible another person was painted in. We know the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pertois de Meaux, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or a motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pertois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rogal deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline. Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, as the prosecutor. However...
Mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
Oh yeah, this is a legitimate court, just letting people walk onto the street.
TV court.
TV court. Yes.
But Baron, it's not a time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objection.
No objections here.
Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay, Baron Rorgile, on the night, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Signor Pertois, Monsieur Robinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there.
I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, garçon?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgile, am an honest man.
Okay, Cat Benatar.
Cat Benatar. Bird Benatar. Cat Birdatar.
What?
The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Dun, 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 dun. Select statement. I think we have to cut it there.
What?
But how?
But we're in court.
Alright.
Can't cut it in the middle.
Alright, we'll keep going.
We didn't have a recess.
No recesses here. This will be a really long episode.
Perhaps. Let's see.
Housemaid discovered the pair just after the photographer left. What do we got? The cigar.
Hang on. I guess we could ask him. Well, never mind. Let's see.
The dinner?
Nah. Because the other thing they had to eat was a red herring.
Yeah, right. But could we ask him about the silverwares, maybe? Or maybe the garden? Because his cigar was found there?
True.
We do
Yeah.
that?
Baron, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves.
What's with all the horses?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. If I may ask, what is with all the horses?
I beg your pardon?
There are all these horse and cherub statues in your garden. To be frank, we found the whole thing a little weird.
Could the defense please stop horsing around? This can't possibly have any relevance to the case. I mean, I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
It does.
Nay.
Nay.
Nay, Your Honor, it does not. But hey, you can't bray a man for crying.
Oh, God. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yes.
Sparrowson approves. When was the last time you visited?
Baron Rorgile, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
That's not right. I do not wish to call you a liar, Baron, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside the murder.
Cigar butt? That could belong to, anybody, and... Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Oh, okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question.
I thought I was being clear.
You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it so happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience.
And a little paddling.
The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, that you, Baron Rorgeil, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgeil, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden.
Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence. No, means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Thank harder, Monsieur Rabington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgeil as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him.
Word.
Even Monsieur Robinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Oh, damn. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to a half.
This is preposterous.
And finally, the Baron had opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course.
Oh, you got, bitch.
Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself.
Rigged.
Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said.
Mm-hmm. Prosecutor, are you just gonna let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois de Mau, since that would ensure total control over his railway company.
Mm-mm.
Alas, Dame Catherine was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic.
No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent young girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, Garçon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like that fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist.
No, you are a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs.
You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now like a damned frog. Oops. Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor.
Because remember... Whoops. Feel disgust for criminals and for animals in general. So he's both.
Let's go, old man, to the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. It is a jackdaw. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of speaking, Well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about our justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It is just not possible. All we can do is organize evidence and convincingly explain what it seems to suggest. I haven't proved Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we Fuck.
I imagine this happening to the judge.
Sorry, the speak. We unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Meaux, to be not guilty.
Yay!
We did
clap,
it!
Clap, clap, snaps.
Snappity snappity.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. With a bird bath. You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both.
I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses.
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Yeah, it was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy.
Uh-oh.
The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
Uh-oh.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you.
She also has claws.
I murdered Monsieur Greenouille.
Oh, shit.
I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand.
What?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rorgile's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of the Paris finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Greenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rorgile and to add hands to the clock.
Whew.
But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photo by trial day. It's a good thing Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me.
I think you should leave.
Fine. So much for celebration. Here's the payment for your services straight from my papa's pockets. Adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowspin. Sparrowspin.
Paraspin. Paraspin. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Sponge? Phew. Okay, we're cutting it there then.
Yeah.
My god. I was afraid of that, to be honest. I was like, it would be too obvious.
I've been had.
I've been had. Blast.
Heck.
Damn. Well, that's all she wrote for that one.
Become our patron. Visit us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
All the things.
Yeah.
Links in the description. You know what to do.
Like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.